The final aspect of creating a composite picture is to know how to layer multiple shapes. So let's take again the example of the red blood cell. We know that it has 4 individual shapes that make up the whole, and I'm going to show you layer by layer. So this is the bottom layer, or layer 1. This is the next layer, or layer 2, that goes on top of layer 1. This forms layer 3, and this forms layer 4. And if the layers are wrong, obviously we won't be able to see the shapes in the right order. I'm going to show you an example of how we do layering. What I will do is I'm going to right click on this smallest shape, and I'm going to send this backwards. If I click send to back, it will go all the way to below layer 1. I'm just going to send this backwards by 1 layer. So this will go below the preceding layer, which is layer 3. So when I send this backwards, you can see that it disappears because this other circle is now blocking it. Now I'm going to click on this other circle, and I'm going to right click and send this other circle backwards by 1 layer, and now the previous layer appears on top of it. So we have to make sure that the layers are correct so that they all fall nicely in place on top of one another, and we have a composite shape that makes sense. For a quick recap, we've looked at some of the basic tools in PowerPoint that are helpful in drawing. For example, in drawing curves, you can use this curve shape to do your freehand drawing. You can use basic shapes like the oval. This is probably the most useful shape. There are other shapes as well, like the crescent or the square, or even a triangle shape. We have learned how to color using gradient fill, solid fill, and also inner shadow. And we have learned how to adjust the layers to bring them forward or backwards in order to assemble a picture that makes sense. And we've looked at some of the intermediate tools, such as the effects using soft edges, glow, and also shadow. To summarize, you begin with a template. So choose a picture that you want to copy or to draw something similar to that. Visualize the picture, analyze it, and break it down into smaller components. Then you can draw each component one by one. You can draw the individual shapes either using pre-existing basic shapes in PowerPoint, or you can draw them freehand. And then you can color them, you can outline them, you can fill them using solid or gradient fill. Gradient fill requires more than one color. Or you can use a solid fill and then apply the inner shadow. You can add shape effects if required. Outer shadow, glow, and soft edges are 3 of the examples that we went through. And then finally assemble your picture into the final product. So have fun, enjoy creating your own illustrations, and thank you very much. These notes and other videos are seen on the eLearn blog site, which you can see the URL here. There are also notes and sometimes also short video clips on other e-learning tools that you might find helpful, like quizzing tools, and also how to create your own blog in NUS using blog.nus. Thank you.